You've got to be freaking kidding me. The Chicago Bears blow this game. They collapse against the Minnesota Vikings. They had this game in the bag. It seemed like in the first half, and then they completely stopped playing football in the second half. Everything falls apart. Their offense completely sputters after the first drive of the game. The defense falls apart late in the fourth quarter, and the Chicago Bears lose to the Vikings by a score of 27-24 to go to 0-1 on the season. And just ruin everybody's week. What's going on, guys? I'm back with another Chicago Bears post-game reaction video, and man, I am just absolutely pissed right now. It's been a couple hours since the game ended. I was on a live stream for this game with Nick from Just Another Year Chicago Bears, so I appreciate all of you guys that tuned into that live stream. Still had fun doing it, even with the collapse at the very end, but yeah, it's been a couple hours since game time, and I'm just absolutely heated still because this was a game the Chicago Bears should have won. And these types of games where we just kill ourselves, shoot ourselves in the foot, and just make stupid, dumb mistakes throughout the entire game to choke away a game at home, that is unacceptable if you are the Chicago Bears. That is unacceptable if you are Ben Johnson. That's unacceptable if you are Caleb Williams and the rest of the team. Okay, nobody played good enough in this game for the Chicago Bears to win. They got complacent in the second half, and that's so disappointing because Ben Johnson, I mean, he preached accountability. He preached, staying on the lead, staying aggressive, but his offense could not get the job done today. And a lot of the blame goes to Caleb too, man. I mean, you guys know I'm a big Caleb fan. I'm not giving up on Caleb because of one bad game. And again, it wasn't all bad. Okay, Caleb started out this game on fire. He started out 10 for 10 the first drive. He was completely perfect. He rushed for that touchdown. He was doing so well in that first quarter, especially on that first drive. But everything fell apart from there. The accuracy kind of faltered. The offensive line also faltered in front of him with all the penalties, with all the miscues. I mean, we had so many damn penalties in this game. Darnell Wright had a few. Jonah Jackson had a lot. The false starts and everything. So we were just we kept on killing ourselves, shooting ourselves in the foot, and just not finishing these really good drives with touchdowns. And that's why the Chicago Bears lost this game. Talking about Caleb, he went 21 for 35 for one passing touchdown, 210 passing yards. He also had 58 rushing yards. He looked pretty good on the ground. He had one rushing touchdown as well, but it's not a good thing that Caleb was our leading rusher in this game. The run game was not really on point like I wanted it to be, but yeah, talking about Caleb briefly, guys, I'm not going to lie, his accuracy was not good in this game, especially in that second half. He was missing guys all over the field, and this doesn't mean I'm putting all the blame on Caleb, okay? I don't want you guys to think that I'm doing that because I'm still a big believer in number 18. I still think he's going to turn it around. He's going to be a very successful quarterback for the Chicago Bears, but he's going to have to be better than he was in this game, okay? That ball down the field to DJ Moore, late in this game, it just completely airmailed that. There was other plays in this game where his accuracy was not good enough. And I'm going to say it how it is, guys. So, I know he's young. I know he's learning, but he has to be better going forward. And it's not only on him, guys. The offensive line, like I mentioned, bad in terms of run blocking, it seemed like, right? There were not enough holds for our running backs to go through. Okay, Caleb was our leading rusher in this game. If you look at all the penalties, all the mistakes they were making, they were killing our drives and making us go backward with the holding penalties, with the false starts, illegal formations and all that. So disappointed in the offensive line for sure with how they played in the second half, but also kind of disappointed in Ben Johnson, okay? I know it's only his first game ever coaching, okay? So it's only game one, guys. If anybody is giving up on the season, you are stupid because it's a 17-game season. There's a lot of football left to be played, but some of the play calling in the second half, some of the decisions as well, for example, the decision to go for it on 4th and 3 instead of kicking the field goal. I know hindsight is 20/20, but at that point, the Bears were rolling on offense. The Vikings were reeling on defense. So to get that field goal would have been nice, but instead the Bears go for it. And that's one of those things where obviously if the play works out, we're all praising it. So I'm not trying to say it was a horrible decision, but personally, I was a fan of just taking the points at that point because you wanted to get something for having such a good drive. So Didn't like that decision. I didn't like some of the play calling also in the second half, where we got away from a lot of what was working, okay? We got away from the quick slants in the middle. We got away from targeting the tight ends. Cole Kmet had a fantastic catch at the end of this game, but he didn't really get targeted throughout this game at all. And Roma Dunsley also had very low targets in this game. So play calling definitely could have been better in the second half, but the execution also could have been better across all phases of the offense. The running backs had to be better. I mean, DeAndre Swift had some pretty nice carries. He had a couple where he was bulldozing through people and, had a big time run as well where he got a lot of yardage, but way too many of these runs were also going for like 1, 2, or 3 yards. Like, we didn't have enough of a ground game in this game to support the Chicago Bears lead. Okay, when we were playing from ahead, we should have been running the football effectively, but we were unable to do that. So, a little bit worried about the Bears run game at this point in time too. I know it's only week 1. I'm not trying to hit the panic button on anything, but it's just really concerning how bad our offense looked in this game. I know we scored 24 points, but 7 of those came from a pick 6, and 7 also came in basically garbage time. I mean, not exactly, because the Bears still had a chance to win at the end somewhat, but at that point, the Vikings had played prevent defense. Okay, they're not trying as hard to stop the Bears offense. So the Bears only really had like 10 points scored by the offense that actually mattered. Not good enough at all. That needs to change going forward. Caleb has to be better. Ben Johnson has to be better. Offensive line has to be better. Everybody all across the board have to be better. And I think they can be, guys. Okay, I'm not trying to, again, hit the panic button on the season because of one bad game against a really good defense, a really good defensive line, but just really disappointing about, how we left so many big plays out there, how we, just kept on going backwards, how we couldn't finish drives with touchdowns. But talking about the defense a little bit here, guys, I mean, the defense for the vast majority of the game was playing really well, even missing Kyler Gordon and Jalen Johnson. Those are 2 big-time losses, also missing TJ Edwards as well. And all the backups were playing fantastic until the fourth quarter rolled around. Okay, JJ McCarthy torched us in the fourth quarter. He had, multiple big time plays going down the field. He had a big touchdown to Aaron Jones. He killed Noah Sewell on that play. And I can't even fault the defense too much because they played so well for the majority of the game with these backups, with young guys like Deshaun Wright, who had a fantastic pick 6. That was a very exciting moment in this game. Tyreek Stevenson played pretty well for the vast majority of this game, aside for a few plays. I mean, he had such a tough assignment in this game, going up against Tyreek Stevenson, and he played pretty well until the very end. And obviously that's going to happen. Like, Justin Jefferson is going to beat you, throughout the course of a game. He beat Jalen Johnson as well so many times. So, like, I'm not going to hate on the defense too much because for the vast majority of the game, they kept the Bears in it. Now, they couldn't close this game, which really sucks. And the D-line at the end did not get the pressure required that they needed to close the game, but I still saw a lot of encouraging signs, right? Like, I saw our backups play pretty well. I saw us get some pressure on JJ McCarthy in the first 3 quarters. We just could not finish it. So going forward, need to be better in the fourth quarter, but I also feel like if our offense was not as bad as it was today, our defense would have been able to close this game, right? Because they were getting gassed being out there on the football field after we kept on punting every single possession. We also had a missed field goal that gave the Vikings really good field position. So, overall, I'm much more optimistic about the defense right now than I am about the offense going forward after a performance like this, but both sides have to be better. And lastly, talking about the special teams, I mean, not good enough either. Okay, Torrey Taylor had some good punts, but he had one blocked at the very end, and also like all the punts he was making, like our coverage unit was not good enough on these punts. We were allowing like big return yardage almost every single time on all these punts. The Vikings had excellent field position, and then Cairo gets a field goal blocked yet again. So like, what the hell is up with that? I mean, it's just really concerning. Even the special teams kind of faltered in this game because it just shows you how all 3 phases of the Chicago Bears team came together for them to lose this game. Leave your comments down below. What do you guys think about this game? I'm not going to ramble on for much longer because I have no interest in discussing this game or thinking about this game any longer. It's a miracle I even did this post-game reaction with how pissed I was on the drive back home, from Nick's apartment. But Again, guys, it's only one game, so I'm not going to hit the panic button. We have a chance to reset against the Detroit Lions on the road. That's going to be a tough game as well, and hopefully we can win that game, and hopefully our offense looks a lot better. Leave your comments down below. As always, bear down.